Most people will smile at your face and secretly hope you fail. Not because they're evil, not because they hate you, but because of something far deeper and far more uncomfortable. Here's the truth. The biggest obstacles in your life may not come from your enemies. They may come from ordinary human nature. And if you don't understand these hidden truths, you'll spend years confused, disappointed, and emotionally exhausted. Today we're going to uncover 9 brutal truths about human nature that almost nobody talks about. Some of them will make you uncomfortable, but one of them might completely change the way you see people forever. Have you ever noticed how strange people become when your life starts improving? When you're struggling, everyone seems supportive. But when you start succeeding, when you get fitter, more confident, more disciplined, more successful, suddenly the energy changes. The compliments feel forced. The support becomes quieter. And sometimes the people closest to you become the most distant. Why? Because human beings are not always driven by logic. They are driven by emotions, status, insecurity, fear, desire, and self-interest. And the sooner you understand this, the less power people will have over your peace of mind. Let's begin with the first truth. Most people care more about themselves than they care about you. Think about the last embarrassing thing you did. You probably remember it vividly. Now ask yourself, can you remember the embarrassing mistake someone else made last week? Probably not. Why? Because everyone is busy thinking about themselves, their problems, their fears, their insecurities, their future, their image. This realization is strangely liberating. Most people aren't judging you nearly as much as you think. They're too busy judging themselves. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Much of our anxiety comes from believing we're constantly being watched. In reality, everyone is starring in their own movie. 2. People respect strength more than good intentions. Imagine 2 people. One is incredibly kind but has no boundaries. The other is respectful but refuses to be manipulated. Which one gets respected more? Usually the second. This surprises many people because we grow up believing kindness automatically earns respect. It doesn't. Human beings often respect strength before they respect kindness. And strength doesn't mean aggression. It means self-respect. It means saying no when necessary. It means walking away when you're being mistreated. A weak person seeks approval. A strong person seeks alignment with their values. And people can feel that difference instantly. But here's something even more uncomfortable. Sometimes the people who claim to love you the most are also the people most threatened by your growth. Let's talk about that. 3. Your growth will expose other people's excuses. Imagine a group of friends. For years, everyone complains about being unhappy. One day, one person starts changing. They wake up early, exercise, read books, learn skills, stay disciplined. At first, everyone cheers. Then something strange happens. The encouragement fades, the jokes begin. You're taking this too seriously. You've changed. You think you're better than us now? What happened? Your growth became evidence that change was possible, and that's uncomfortable for people who aren't ready to change themselves. Your success silently challenges their excuses. 4. People often want you to do well, but not better than them. This truth has existed for thousands of years. Human beings naturally compare. Social media has made it even worse. Every scroll becomes a comparison. Every achievement becomes a competition. Every success becomes a scoreboard. Most people genuinely want good things for you, until your success starts making them question their own progress. It's not always hatred. Sometimes it's insecurity. And insecurity can make good people behave in disappointing ways. Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the most powerful empires in history. Yet despite his power, wealth, and influence, he constantly reminded himself of a simple truth. Human beings are imperfect. People will lie. People will criticize. People will act selfishly. People will disappoint you. Not because they're uniquely bad, Because they're human. And once you stop expecting perfection from people, you stop suffering every time they reveal their flaws. 5. People believe what feels good more than what is true. Have you ever tried changing someone's mind with facts? How often did it work? Probably less than you'd expect, because human beings are emotional creatures pretending to be logical creatures. People don't always choose beliefs based on evidence. They choose beliefs that protect their identity, their ego, their worldview, their emotional comfort. This is why arguments rarely change people. Experience changes people. Pain changes people. Reality changes people. 6. Most people fear rejection more than failure. Think about that. Many dreams don't die because they're impossible. They die because people are afraid of looking foolish, afraid of criticism, afraid of judgment, afraid of being seen trying. The entrepreneur never starts. The artist never publishes. The creator never uploads. Not because they lack talent, because they fear rejection. But rejection is often the price of growth. Every meaningful path requires the courage to be misunderstood. Now here's a question. What if the biggest threat to your happiness isn't other people, but your attachment to them? 7. People change faster than your expectations of them. One of the greatest sources of suffering is expecting people to remain who they once were. Friends change, partners change, families change, values change, priorities change, life changes people. Yet we often cling to old versions of people that no longer exist. The Stoics taught acceptance, not passive acceptance, realistic acceptance. See people as they are, not as you wish they were. 8. Most emotional pain comes from uncontrolled expectations. Imagine lending someone money and expecting gratitude. Imagine helping someone and expecting loyalty. Imagine loving someone and expecting the same effort back. Now imagine none of those expectations are met. What hurts? The event itself or the expectation? Often it's the expectation. Human beings suffer not only because of reality, they suffer because reality fails to match their mental picture. The lower your unnecessary expectations, the greater your emotional freedom. 9. Nobody is coming to save you. This may be the hardest truth of all, and also the most empowering. For years, many people wait for motivation, wait for confidence, wait for the perfect opportunity, wait for someone to rescue them. But life rarely works that way. The transformation begins the moment you realize no one is coming, and that's okay, because the strength you've been looking for outside yourself has been inside you all along. The moment you stop waiting, you start becoming. Human nature is not beautiful or ugly, it's both. People can be selfish and generous, weak and courageous, loving and disappointing, including you, including me. The goal isn't to become cynical, the goal is to become wise, because wisdom begins when illusions end. And the strongest person in the room is not the one who understands everyone else. It's the one who understands human nature and still chooses discipline, compassion, and inner peace. So tonight, before you go to sleep, ask yourself one question. Which of these brutal truths have you been refusing to accept? Your answer may reveal the next chapter of your growth. If you want timeless Stoic wisdom that helps you stay calm, strong, and mentally resilient in a world full of distractions and emotional chaos, join the Stoic morality and feel the positive change in your life.